Good morning, boys. Good morning. Hey everybody, good morning. I am so excited for today. Today we are doing the first 2023 garden tour. Today is June 9th and things are already starting to look great from everything that I've planted. So we are going to just go around and I'm going to show you how everything's doing, exactly what we planted, and what things that I may want to be planting later on. So first, I do want to give you guys an update on these blueberry bushes that we planted not too long ago. I've already been out here, obviously a good amount of time, but every time I come out here, there's a few more blueberries that are ripe, and I'm like, I snag those suckers up because I am not letting those birds get to them before I can enjoy it. So look at how great they are doing. There's a couple that are coming on here, over here, this one over here is also doing great. Look at how delicious those blueberries are, and they're so sweet. Ugh. So the blueberries are doing awesome. So just go. So good. All right, so first we are going to start in our patio area. Don't mind the mess. Still work in progress in here, as is all gardens, and weeds, of course weeds, but look at how great these tomatoes are doing. Do have some weeds to pick. We do have marigolds, and a couple marigolds over here. But look at how great these are doing. So while I'm out here, I'm also going to look over these tomato plants to see if there's anything that needs to be tidied up, I guess. So this one is a good example of what we're working with. All right, so as you can see, we have suckers coming in here. We have a couple down here. So we want good airflow when we are growing tomatoes. So I do want to take off bottom leaf here. I did take off these two suckers. We have one that's starting to go here. Take that off. And look at, you can also see, you can also see here, we have a couple flower buds starting, and then we also have a sucker here. So what I'm gonna do, I know, don't be scared. We're gonna take those off. Oh, there's another one here. And the reason that we want to do that is these plants are still pretty small, and we don't want this plant to put so much energy into those suckers and producing flowers right now for fruit. We want it to put its energy into the root system and focus on growing. So we're going to go ahead and do this to all the tomatoes. Definitely look like there's a few suckers. We finally got a pretty decent amount of rain the past couple days on and off, and there's something about rain that these plants just absolutely love, and they are growing phenomenal. So I'll go ahead and looks good. This one is a good example of disease. And with this one, I believe what is happening is because it's so low to the ground that the water splashes up on it. And so what we're going to do is I'm actually going to take this right off. A lot of suckers in here, huh? She looks good. Same with this one, low to the ground, easier for disease. We also have some stuff starting down here. So I'm actually going to pop this one off. Good, looks good. This one back here, as you can see, is the one that we had first planted, and I said that I'd have to probably take some of the bottom leaves off because they were suffering, and look at how they're suffering. So we're definitely going to be taking those 3 bottom leaves off because we don't want, maybe even the top one, we don't want this disease to keep spreading through our tomato plants. So we need to tidy that up. Okay, so first garden tour, off to a good start. We haven't even gotten past the tomatoes and I'm already getting my hands in there trying to tidy things up. I went ahead and tidied everything up. That one back there looks a lot better. All right, so let's move on and see what else we can get distracted with. Over here is our lettuce bed. Look how great these lettuce is doing. Again, have some weeds I gotta get in here. But yeah, they are doing great. A lot of weeds actually, now that I'm looking into it here. I had what the heck did I have in here one year? Garlic. I had garlic in here one year and I had covered it with straw. Well, the straw must have had some hefty seeds in there because this bed is just full of weeds from those seeds, which is fine. Gives me something to do, right? Check out these horseradish. Look at that. Look. I have to put a little bit more dirt in here, but look at those roots on those horseradish so far. Can't really see too much. Mainly here. I think this is our first year finally that we are going to have a very nice horseradish harvest. We have planted this when the first year that we had gotten to this property and my husband had built this patio area. I had put horseradish in, and people say that horseradish is very invasive, like it's hard to get rid of. I love horseradish so much that I'm okay that this is going to get a little too crazy because I can put horseradish on anything. Eggs on my for breakfast, dinner, steaks, anything is, it's just so good. It's kind of like hot sauce. You put it on everything. It's kind of like that. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into the big garden. It's going to look a lot different from the last time we were in here planting the cucumbers and the peppers and so forth. But it's not going to be a huge, it's not going to look like there's really anything right now. And that's because the plants are still so small. There is still room that I can plant stuff. I just don't know what I want to plant yet outside of what I've already planted. So one thing that I'm super excited about is these potatoes. I forgot when we had planted these or put these in the ground, but it's looking great. Let me show you. So here, the first row that we have here is the Adirondack Blue. And look, potato plant. Look at, you can see all down, them coming right up. And then back here, I forgot the exact variety, but look, there's someone here, back there. Let's see, we have one coming up here. Nice little hidden ones here. I am so excited to see these potatoes starting to grow. As the greenery on the potatoes starts to come up, we again will come through with more straw, compost. We're just going to go ahead and keep piling up, hilling those potatoes, encouraging them to grow underneath it all, but I am so excited. I love potatoes. Not only do I love eating them, I love digging them up. Like it's like a huge surprise underground. Love it. Okay, let's go to the next. Next we have our cucumbers. Look at how great they're growing. I did have a rough start with the cucumbers. These are pickling cucumbers. And initially I think I planted, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, I planted 10. 3 withered up and died. But they are looking so much better. They did struggle because we did have a 2.5 week period of time where it did not rain. So, and it was hot. So they did suffer a little bit, but they are looking great now. Put a couple marigolds, one right here and one at the end, just to kind of make it look pretty. These cucumbers are pickling cucumbers, is what we are having, what we usually grow. We love to obviously pickle them. I love dill pickles. My husband likes dill pickles. He also likes sweet bread and butter, stuff like that. So we definitely wanted to put up a lot this year because we went through our pickles last year pretty quick. So let's take a look at next. Next we have our peppers. These are our Ace bell peppers. Look at how great they're doing. And one of our other videos, when we had planted these, I had topped these off. Look at how the benefits of topping those off. You can see how in each corner there are these sprouts coming up, and that'll make for a more bushier, it may stay shorter, but bushier pepper plant that will hopefully produce more peppers. You can see on this one as well, I'm from hiding out here, that this one is this one is starting as well. Getting in there. Same with this one, starting to come out. So those bell peppers are doing great. Over here we have all of our jalapeno peppers. We love jalapenos. Well, I personally love jalapenos. My husband does a little. So again, we did prune or top these, and as you can see, they're starting to, you see them? They're starting to get little sprouts in the corners there. Isn't it interesting the different techniques that we use for vegetables? Tomatoes, we don't want the suckers. Pepper plants, we encourage the suckers. So it's definitely interesting how different vegetables, we look for different things. All right, so moving along, we have our squash and zucchini. Let's back up here. This right here is where we have our squash. Back here is our zucchini. So our squash is doing pretty well. Another sad looking marigold, but it's coming back. So this is our yellow squash. In there. Here. Kind of have them zigzagged here. And then this is our zucchini. It's looking good, actually. Again, they suffered a little bit, but they're coming back. It's that rain, guys. The rain does amazing things. All right, so next up is eggplant. Eggplant is the word I'm looking for. So they're actually doing pretty good. We have 2 over here. And 4 here. They're doing great. Not too bad. Again, a couple marigolds over here, make things look pretty. And here is our sad looking acorn squash. It's hard to probably even see where they are because they look so sad. We have one here that does kind of look like it's coming back, but as you can see, it definitely suffered from that heat. So I think I am going to, there was one right in the center, you can't even tell. But I do think I am going to get another 4, 5, or 6 pack of acorn squash because we really do like acorn squash. And I just don't think that these, I mean, maybe they'll come back. Some are looking like they are, but I want to have a few more just in case they don't, and I don't want to get behind on them. Okay, so let me show you something I'm super excited about. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but all right, so for visual, these are the eggplant. The rest of the garden is going to be pumpkins. So we are excited to do pumpkins. We did pumpkins last year. We absolutely loved it. We got a ton of pumpkins. So I have 4 pumpkins in the back, pumpkin plants that I had gotten in the back. The rest that I had spread out were from seed. I did have a pumpkin seed. I'm not quite sure if they're even going to come up, but I did have them laying around, so I just threw them in the ground, see how it goes. You may be. Here's a white tag. Those are not vegetable plants. I planted mammoth sunflowers from seed. Again, I've had these seeds for a couple years. I'm not quite sure if they're going to come up, but how gorgeous would it be to have these huge pumpkin plants on this side with mammoth sunflowers sticking up randomly in between it. I just think it would look so pretty and so cool. So we'll see how successful we are with that. I'm not 100%, but the pumpkin seeds that I had planted, I think they're like lantern pumpkins is a variety. I had put them in, and they said it would take 7 to 10 days to germinate, I think, or maybe those were the sunflowers. Now, I think maybe the pumpkin seeds may be taking longer, but from just going around, I'm not 100%, I don't see anything coming up yet for either my sunflowers or my pumpkins. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. We have to be patient, right? It just could take a little bit of time. I mean, no, there's not. And I'm just going to leave things, because what's going to happen is the things that I planted, if they start coming up, I think that it could be a weed, because I don't really know what they look like when they come up at first. So I'm just going to leave everything be in the little hole. See what happens when something comes up. If there's a little few weeds, so be it. But yeah, everything's looking good. Let me show you the here's the pumpkin. Probably looking a little sad here at the bottom. Let me take these little leaves off. But they'll come back. Look at, they're starting to put on some more greenery there, so we'll be perfectly fine. Take this off. Take this off. There. Make it look good. Look at her. Gorgeous. So these 4 actual pumpkin plants that I had purchased is a Magic Lantern pumpkin. Matures in 95 days. Fruit size is 16 to 25 pounds. Sorry for my garden nails. They're kind of gross. See what happens when you play in the dirt, I guess. Alright guys, so doesn't seem like much. I don't really think it's much right now. But we still have quite a bit of room that we can probably plant stuff in. A lot of the space is taken up by these pumpkins and hopefully the sunflowers as well. But I still do have some space up front that I can still plant. I'm just not 100% what else I'd like to plant, which is fine. We are in June, early June, and we can do something that's called succession planting, which you don't have to plant everything right now. You can do something, maybe another few weeks or a month, depending on your growing season and how long it takes a vegetable plant, whatever you're thinking, to grow. Peas, radishes, beans, those are very fast growing vegetable plants, so you can plant those and within a couple months you'll have beans and peas and stuff growing out your ears. So you don't have to worry about getting everything in right now. Everything is going to come when it comes. We're just going to see how things go. I was kind of hoping to come out and see some sprouts from these pumpkins and sunflowers, but well, that is it. Very short, but I can't wait for another few weeks when we are back out here and the size difference of these vegetable plants. And what's most exciting, being able to actually get the vegetable off the plant. So there she is right now. Doesn't even look like anything's in here until we get over here. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Our first garden tour of the season. I'm excited to come back week after week with you guys to show you how everything is progressing. And two boys, Shadow and Sunny, munching away. All right, guys, I hope you have a great rest of the day. I hope you have a great weekend. Please think about subscribing to the channel. We're going to have more of these garden tours, bringing you along to see how everything's going. We have a lot more stuff that we're looking to do this summer that we'd love to take you along for. And I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Bye.